Hello, welcome to News Tonight. I'm Rhoda Ngonzi on Sign Language. Mugalu Mohammed will get started. President Yoweri Museveni has received and held a meeting with a visiting Japanese delegation led by the Japanese ambassador to Uganda, Kazuoki Kameda. During the meeting at State House in Entebbe, the president and his guests discussed the opportunities that are available for Japan and Africa to collaborate jointly for development of the economies of the African countries. The Japanese envoy assured President Museveni that the government of Japan is committed to funding development projects in Uganda. Some of the projects in the country that have had funding from government of Japan include a new bridge on River Nile in Jinja, Nakawa Vocational Training Institute, construction of flyovers and roads upgrading in Kampala city, among others. Foreign Affairs Minister Sam Kutesa and that of Finance and Economic Planning Matia Kasaija, among other officials, attended the meeting. Now, during the 2013 Tokyo International Conference of African Development, TICAD, the government of Japan pledged $32 billion for 5 years, dedicated mainly to infrastructure and human resource development in Africa, based on African ownership and international partnership. The next TICAD between high-level policy African leaders and Japan takes place in Yokohama City, Japan, later this month. Police has destroyed 105 kilograms of narcotic drugs valued at over 3.3 billion shillings. The narcotic drugs were seized at Entebbe International Airport from January to July this year. During the destruction exercise at Nsambya Barracks in Kampala, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Sabiti Mzee, said that he wants the monies collected as court fines from drug suspects to be used to construct a rehabilitation center for drug addicts.
Inside these 5 suitcases are different types of narcotic. They appear few in number but weigh 105 kilograms, all valued at over 3.3 billion shillings. The narcotics were seized at Entebbe International Airport. Most of them were, according to police, leaving the country in the last 7 months. After the suspects were convicted, the police and judiciary officials have decided to destroy the narcotics.
So you'll note that Uganda is both a destination and a transit route for narcotic drugs, and Ugandans are also consuming these drugs. Out of these cases where we are destroying the drugs, only one case has accused person entering in the country. The rest they were actually exiting Entebbe International Airport.
The suspects are mainly Ugandans, Chinese, Spaniards, Tanzanians, Burundians, Malian and Dutch.
It is common knowledge that the effect of narcotic drugs drug abuse are enormous. Sometimes we have had loss of life. Some of you have been around for some time. The abusers of these drugs commit crimes like murder. Sometimes we get so much of gruesome murder, rape and defilement of very young children.
The Deputy Inspector General of Police, Sabiti Mzei, wants the monies collected as court fines from drug suspects to be used for the construction of a rehabilitation center for drug addicts.
The proceeds that you get out of this, can't we channel it somewhere in building rehabilitation centers and in supporting the work of police?
He also commends the police at the airport for the vigilance to fight drug trafficking.
As you recall, we promised that the destruction of narcotic drugs is going to be a routine event to avoid storing drug exhibits for a long period in our stores and to avoid associated risks that come along with storage. Today, this destruction shows that we are committed to that cause. These exhibits have been seized from traffickers within a period of 5 months, and I'm happy with the work of Uganda Police and other security agencies at Entebbe International Airport, who are ensuring that drug abuse and trafficking are reduced in our country.
This is the second time police is destroying narcotics this year, with the first one being in March. Authorities believe the fight against drugs in the country will be reduced since the anti-narcotics law is now in place with stringent punishments. Report compiled by Aguta Philip.
The Minister for Health, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, has been denied access to Lubowa Specialized Hospital construction site along Entebbe Road. The minister was blocked alongside legislators from the Committee on National Economy headed by woman MP Saida Bumba. They were on an oversight visit to assess the progress of the facility construction, whose 1.4 trillion promissory notes were approved in March 2019.
Minister for Health, Jane Ruth Acheng, endured a scorching sun for about an hour as he sought to access the construction site for Lubowa Specialized Hospital. The site security guards, who seemingly worked on their boss's orders, could not open the iron sheet-mounted gate despite endless knocks by legislators.
For the monies that were released, the $87 million, we want to have accountability for them, because soil studies alone, they said, cost $1 million. How can soil studies cost $1 million?
If government is there, then they must show that actually there is government. How can a company that is merely even being guaranteed by government, by the taxpayers' money, how can they block government from accessing the site?
The anxiety by members of the Parliamentary Committee on National Economy was replaced by distress. The committee chairperson, Hajat Saida Bumba, was also disappointed.
One of the cardinal roles of Parliament is to carry out oversight. So we came to carry out that role, to see what is on the site, but it's unfortunate we've been locked out.
Keith Mhakanizi, in a letter dated August 2nd, 2019, sought the Deputy Speaker's intervention in stopping MPs and government officials from visiting the site. In part, the letter stated that government officials could not visit Lubowa construction site following pending ongoing legal disputes between Finasi and local construction companies. MPs, however, defied the letter, citing foul play in the awarding of the construction contract.
No, we don't need any clearance from the Ministry of Finance. One of the duties of Parliament is to do oversight, and that's what we are here for.
As to what could be next is what Minister Acheng pondered on as she nodded in disbelief.
Parliament and perhaps His Excellency the President will give us a way forward. I don't know why we have not been allowed to access the site. I don't know.
Members of the Committee of Parliament on National Economy were meant to visit the site and supervise the works. This was to be alongside Health Ministry officials, led by Minister Acheng and Permanent Secretary Dr. Diana Atwine. But why even Health Minister, who is the supervising authority on behalf of government, was not allowed to the site is for now a pending question. Henry Okurut, UBC.
In Gulu, Grade 1 Magistrates Court has committed Chadondo East MP Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu and his co-accused to Gulu High Court after prosecution amended the charge sheet to include 5 more counts only tried by the High Court. The order was pronounced by Gulu Best Grade 1 Magistrate, His Worship Emerald Isaac Chintu. The counts include inciting violence, disobedience of lawful orders after being stopped from joining the road that was being used by the President of the Republic of Uganda, which breaches Section 117 of the Penal Code Act. The magistrate says a new date shall be announced. However, court upheld bail for all 37 suspects until the Office of the Deputy Registrar makes a pronouncement. 37 people, including MPs Kasiyano Aziati Wadri of Arua Municipality, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu of Chadondo East, Francis Zake, Mityana Municipality, and Gerald Karuhanga, Ntungamo Municipality, are accused of committing treason in 2018. They are accused of making statements calculated to bring physical injury to the person of the President of the Republic of Uganda. Others are unlawful possession of firearms and failure to prevent obstruction of traffic flow. Uganda People's Defence Forces UPDF will conduct the 12th edition Command Post exercise codenamed Ushirikiano Mara 2019 Uganda. The head of mission for the planning exercise, Uganda Embassy in United Arab Emirates, Dr. Sam Omara, said the exercise will improve readiness in responding to complex security challenges. The meeting to draw representatives from military, police, prisons and civilians from the 6 East African Community partner states to discuss modalities for conducting this exercise has been held in Kampala. The exercise is to cover peace support operations, counter-terrorism, counter-piracy and disaster management.
Is Silver 28.
The objectives of the exercise is to promote the East African integration agenda, its awareness, the interoperability of the East African armed forces, and to improve the readiness in responding to complex security challenges in the East African region. There are 4 thematic areas that this exercise is going to focus on. The first one is peace support operations. The second one is counter-terrorism. The third one is counter-piracy. And the fourth one is disaster management.
Police has come out to clear the air as regards the death of Michael Alinda, also known by his moniker Ziggy Wine, who died at the start of the week under unclear circumstances. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga told journalists in Kampala that police will take action against those peddling lies with intention to malign the force. Let's take a look.
Headed by Chadondo East Member of Parliament Robert Kyagulanyi, died at Mulago Hospital on Monday 4th August 2019. Unsubstantiated reports of the late having been kidnapped and tortured by police and one of his eyes blacked out were quick to gather momentum on social media. However, police has come out and dismissed all these allegations.
We want to indicate to the public at large that there is no motive, therefore, in the death of Michael Alinda. This was purely accidental, and now we are classifying it as death arising out of a road accident.
It is alleged that on 21st July, Michael Alinda was involved in a motorcycle accident together with Roya Koro. Simon Ayewa Kukule, an enrolled nurse at Hope Clinic in Chebando, gave first aid to the victims who had sustained serious wounds.
It was around 8 p.m. So I had to play my role as an enrolled nurse, gave the first aid. 2 fingers had got some problem. 2 of them. One was totally off, one was partially off. So they were dressed. The person was bleeding from the nose and the mouth. That is the male. So during the course, even the lady who was being knocked by this male was brought in unconscious. Even the first one was unconscious, both of them. So before we had finished working upon the first one, the second one was brought. And this is the lady who was brought, still unconscious.
And the first respondents validate this story.
It was on the Sunday. I was from school, cleaning my class, even I was on duty. Now I was going back to my place. And I was crossing the road. By the time I am crossing the road, even I was about to finish crossing the road. And the man came with the motorcycle and knocked me. By that time, I became unconscious.
Incidents nasoko okulava mwana mulenzi yajja ne pitch mayinge ewabye amanyi geriko fe namulabanga asookayo mutwe guno yakuba gundi ne dibat ku bugundi bu trench obubazimbi obwenkokoto obwo era gwe nali naye twasooka ne tutawo ne tugamba tugesoke tulambeche tugere tuyamba omuntu ono nze mwennyini ne mukwano gwange n'abalenzi abaluwa abavubuka nabagamba tukwate pitch soke tujimujjeko omulenzi pitch yamugwira n'emwocha n'okumwocha neye mukumujjayo yenyo nangeno gwabulubye ninjo omukono saabira abo banti n'obuki.
They add that they were triggered to come out and tell their side of the story after false reports giving a different account of events was circulating the media.
Fenga bebagamba muno mbu kamera ze mulago zigenda kufuna abantu abamutwala mulago ne bamusuulayo. Fe olwedde tukimanye ekituufu mb'omuvubuka yafuna accident tugende tuweeweeyo tubanyonyole ekituufu.
Kati ffe kale ekyo twagadde okujjawo nti kino ntino waliwo obuzibu nti babali bamuwambye nti oba bamutemako olugala. No, just yali accident. Lwakuba nti bali bo bakikwata bubi nti nno omuntu waabwe bali tebamanyi ki waali naye nga obuzibu bwo buli nti yali accident.
The bike in question is currently at the Central Police Station, Kampala, and was paraded before the media. Fred Enanga warns that police may also be forced to act on any person spreading hate information.
So we once again want to come out that such political actors who come out and use death or start politicizing death, we want to really caution them. This is not the way to work. There are other very positive avenues, holistic approaches that you can use to get votes from the public and so on and so forth.
The late Michael Alinda will be laid to rest this Wednesday at his ancestral home in Bushenyi district. Samuel Senono, UBC News.
Now, students at Law Development Center LDC have got an interim injunction to access academic services. 200 law students applied for court injunction after being told to vacate the center for failure to follow revised rules.
At last, The 200 students of Law Development Center are relieved and will access the center until the suit filed before the Civil Division of High Court is determined. Justice Lydia Mugambe granted a temporary injunction.
Grateful that justice has finally prevailed over LDC that was dismissing us out of school when we were remaining with 2 weeks to do exams.
Given the fact that we have many of our colleagues working so hard and they have to seek leave from their places of work to come and attend school, and then also the issue of our parents looking for all that money to cater for us to pay for these examinations, it would really be a very big inconvenience on our part.
We're also hoping and praying that LDC, being an epitome of law, will order the injunction granted by court, because its main important issue is to make sure that we uphold justice at all.
The 200 students led by lawyer Isaac Semakade challenged vacation instructions of not attending classes, doing exams and paying an extra fee for retake.
That the court has granted the application of the students from Law Development Center who sought to be protected so that they can remain in class and they can attend all academic activities, including sitting for exams which are starting on the 20th of August. The court has, however, been lenient on LDC. It has allowed LDC to continue charging the fees which are challenged, because those fees can be refunded if the students are successful in the final suit.
Basing on the injunction, students will attend classes pending termination of the suit. Isaac Chagaba and Johnny Musime were part of the legal team representing the center.
We have instructions from our clients to appeal this ruling, not because the LDC has any malice towards any of the students, but because it's a policy matter. What matters is how the institution is run. The discomfort of our clients LDC is for the students to hold the institution ransom. It becomes really difficult if the institution cannot synchronize its calendar, its fees, because every student wants to adapt the LDC programs to their own benefit. It's really not possible to run an institution like that.
The injunction comes into force starting tomorrow, 7th of August 2019. Abdul Nasili Luwama reporting.
Let's talk matters of land. The Commission of Inquiry into Land Matters has stormed the Arua District Ministerial Zonal Office after the public complained of inconsistencies. As that Kaya reports from Arua, the Commission discovered that some of the workers in the Zonal Office abscond from duty despite being on the government payroll. There were also instances of poor record keeping.
Strange day for Arua District Ministerial Zonal Office as the Commission of Inquiry into Land Matters started to investigate, inquire and gather recommendations on land management in Arua District. The Commission stormed the Ministerial Zonal Office following a tip-off that officials abscond from duty.
But you see, that is what they're saying about the book. You can come today and you sign every day your name there, but it doesn't mean you are here. We are listening to what the people are saying. The public is crying. There's an outcry against the Arua EMZO. They thought the EMZO was going to make life easier for them, but it hasn't. It has made life even more complicated for the people.
They wish actually that they could go to Kampala.
The chairperson of the commission, Justice Catherine Bamgemerere, did not mince words.
What standard are we setting in Uganda? Because you know, when you go to the old maps, a road is a road. You see a road, you will see that the point A is here, point B is here. For you, we are seeing one little line. So what standards are we actually trying to
But yeah, when we are plotting, the next thing is...
Indeed, there were loopholes in the Zonal Office Survey Department.
Mr. Degeya, there are actually no standards. And this is, by the way, for us we are advocating this because we are saying there's a loophole. There is a need for standard. And the reason actually you're doing this sham and really substandard work is because there are no standards.
This set the commission to start work as officials remained upset. The commissioners found offices closed and it was hard to access information.
Because I haven't seen anything. Physical planning, they are not even the layers they have been telling us. Where are the layers you talked about? She's a physical planner, you said there is a physical planner.
The maps, that is only seen when I am doing compliance with. If I don't do compliance check, I'm unable to see that.
Okay, so do you first finish compliance?
So the Arua office has not helped the people of Arua but has given employees liberty to do their own work.
What are you advocating as a system that will make sure that the area of survey is foolproof? That when I come and find a JRJ, it should be a JRJ that speaks for itself with everything done professionally. Is that a system you want in the future? Or are we just going to say, well, as long as the seniors sign the instruction survey, that's important. That's you're right.
Arua district could lose a multi-billion project because of issuance of a land title by the ministerial zonal office in a road.
You are not aware that an USMID project is about to be rejected because of someone titling a road, and actually it has been titled in this office?
We're not aware.
Oh, okay. So now we are telling you.
Arua district chairman Wadri Sam told the commission that institutions must register their land.
But it is one of the grounds for people to grab land.
And finally, there was an appeal for confidence building among the people so that clan leaders could settle land disputes. The storming of the ministerial zonal office in Arua district by the land inquiry has exposed the illegalities in these offices. These include finding wrong land titles in the wrong files, officers absconding from duty, and incompetence of some workers. Sudat Kaye, UBC News in Arua.
As part of its 40 years of service celebrations, Joint Medical Stores opted for an innovative challenge that they aimed to utilize for a better supply chain. It attracted participants from various universities and was won by Kampala International University's Erisa Higenyi.
Kampala International University pharmacy student Erisa Higenyi has emerged victorious from the Joint Medical Stores Innovation Challenge.
Medical Stores celebrated 40 years of existence. So congratulations.
It aimed at generating new ideas of how best to manage the supply chain for the benefit of the final consumer. Higenyi, a pharmacy student in his final semester, pursued an easy-to-use automatic tablet releasing system which enables timely medication and avoidance of overdose.
The science behind it is you put here the tablets which the patient wants. When you put here, you tell the patient to press this button. The number of tablets which come out, that's what the patient takes. The machine is already arranged inside there to release the required number of tablets. Yeah. Then if a machine, a patient wants like 2 Panadol, like 3 maybe amoxicillin, you can put here the 2 Panadol here, then it's 3 amoxicillin. When he releases, when the patient presses here, it will release the required number of tablets. So issues of overdose or underdose, they are now solved with this machine. This machine has an alarm system that will always remind the patient when to swallow and when to take the tablets.
The challenge attracted the 23 participants from medical schools of Uganda's best tertiary institutions.
In this sector in which we are, not only in this sector but actually in this country, what we need is for people to be able to innovate, come up with new ideas and new ways of doing things. It's only by so doing that we can be able to improve our people, improve the welfare, improve the way we processes which we use to do things, and ultimately be more productive. The world that have developed, countries that have developed, have actually developed based on innovation.
Each of the top 3 received a cash prize and is eligible for placement at Joint Medical Stores upon completion of studies. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
Now, the 20th coronation ceremony of the Tianga Dola Cultural Institution is due tomorrow, with subjects engaged in cultural activities. Several cultural leaders within Uganda and abroad are expected to attend.
This is the Japadola Cultural Festival, an event intended to prepare the Japadola community ahead of the Tingadola 20th coronation anniversary celebrations come Wednesday. The cultural dance takes the day with each clan out of the 52 that make the cultural institution compete to be the best before their cultural leader, His Highness Moses Owori. The cultural dance is an important tool in the Japadola land.
We used to dance that dance because we wanted to choose strong women and strong men, healthy, because the dance is very vigorous. Healthy women and healthy husbands.
In Toro Town, banners have been welcoming the entering guests. Excited Japadola community appreciates the coronation ceremony.
Function is going to make us remember that we have a king, and it's going to instill among the youths that there is a king in this region.
There's a lot that the young people have not known. The elders know, but the young people as well need to know. So this is going to provide opportunity for them to know.
As a community of Padola, people had forgotten about their culture, how we used to perform things in Padola, but it is now going to help, especially the young ones, to learn about their culture and the norms. In fact, it is going to promote Adola culture more within and outside Tororo.
Tingadola Cultural Institution Prime Minister Jose Obo invites all subjects to attend the function. Tingadola Cultural Institution comprises of 52 clans. The 20th coronation anniversary celebration is on the theme 20 years, a milestone of unity, peace, development and nation building. Dokas Kimono, UBC TV News.
General Eli Tumwine has described allegations leveled against him of misconduct and contempt of parliament as irrelevant and outrageous. While presenting his evidence to the Committee on Rules, Discipline and Privileges, Tamina told the committee that allegations put against him are intended to malign him.
Adui akija, sisi tuko tayari. Adui akija, sisi tuko tayari.
Minister for Security General Eli Tumwine has told the Committee of Rules that accusations made against him by Cecilia Ogwal and Bukozo West MP Atkins Kachabe are outrageous and baseless. He was this morning appearing before the Rules, Discipline and Privileges Committee chaired by Clement Ongola, the MP of Kalaki County.
Need be, I would request therefore that you restrict yourself to answering the allegations as they were raised before the House and as they are captured in the Hansard, which are official records of Parliament.
The whole point why I thought I should come and clarify is when they are repeated lies. When lies are repeated over a period, they are perceived as if they are the truth. And that's the perception I want to correct.
The minister also demanded that Bukonzo West legislator Atkins Kachabe signs the minute to put records right for whatever he alleged against him.
I was not present, accusing me, and the fact that he did not own those minutes which were written, and he could easily deny. And that was the purpose. I said, let them first sign these. What they testified here, apart from other documents, but what they testified here should have been signed by the people, so they own them.
General Tumwine informed the committee the genesis of how Honorable Kachabe sought his audience to discuss a matter concerning his constituency.
I told him, stop inciting the people and not to disregard the District Security Committee resolutions, as it was not good for security interests in his constituency and the country at large. He had publicly told people to disobey the District Security Council resolution. Going on, said, you disregard the decisions of the District Security Committee. And I was advising him to stop inciting the public.
He also clarified on the earlier incidents, saying it was a mistaken identity, contrary to what was being reported.
You said in your own words, to give you history, I have been sent out of this parliament 3 times over issues that are similar to the subject you are discussing.
I will request that we come to the committee, that we come to this committee to sort it out, to find out what exactly happened. And we came to the committee, but as is provided in the rules, we sorted the matter out. He understood I had no bad intentions against him as a person, and we became great friends since then, and that was the 3rd time, where it was in my work as a security officer trying to secure parliament, and unfortunately it was mistaken identity of having a telephone which looked like as if he had a gun on the hip. That was the only past.
General Tumwine, however, challenged the committee to interest itself in analyzing the CCTV footage.
I request the committee to look through the footage of Parliament. That place where Honorable Museveni Ogwara sits is not the first time. I remember even on the day we were discussing the Prime Minister's question time. Afterwards, when I went out, she was seated that same with some ladies. I went straight to her that time also, and I'm going to get the footage for that I have been finding her in that corner. With Honorable Museveni Ogwara, we have argued, we have discussed for many years. She can tell you, she will not deny it. And I feel free with anybody to discuss with you what I was actually going up and down. I was talking about her, that I was telling her that please come and see. I have my painting in the lobby of Parliament. You know, some of you do things and forget. Some of us get so committed. That painting is a summary of the discussion about fighting against malaria. I was in
Susan Naonga reporting.
Residents of Kawempe, Maganjo and Kagoma on Kampala Bombo Road have appealed to Uganda National Roads Authority for humps and zebra crossings to reduce accidents in the area. The chairman, LC1 Maganjo B in Wakiso District, Haji Jaberi Musoke, says in the last 2 months there have been 20 accidents.
These areas in Kawempe, Maganjo and Kagoma along Kampala Bombo Road have become black spots because of road accidents. Residents complain of overspeeding, where about 20 accidents have disabled or claimed lives. There are no humps, zebra crossings or road signs. The chairman, LC1 Maganjo B, Haji Jaberi Musoke, said that in the last 2 months alone, many people have died or injured. Meanwhile, road users need to carefully take care of their lives as arrangements are made to rectify the problem. And some
Owechitibwa Godfrey Kyakar Verma has been laid to rest at the ancestral home in Jungo Bukuya village, Wakiso district. Kyakar Verma, who died of kidney failure, was one of the most influential people in Buganda Kingdom structures. He died last Saturday at the age of 82. Mourners described Verma as a successful businessman, amiable but a very strict person and one of the Kabaka's most trusted men.
Era ne bigasa abalala nga bwe kubadde ku GKK nga ffenna bwe tubadde tumuyita okumala ebbanga lyonna olwo tuyinza okugamba nti ddala amaze emirimu gye.
Condolence message. Oweekitiibwa Kyakar Verma was one of the patriotic leaders Uganda has ever had.
May your soul rest in peace, and with that we take a quick break. When we return, business news.
Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998 with a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda. We created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Have you completed Senior 4 or Senior 6 and you want to do a 2-year certificate or a diploma course? Makerere Institute for Social Development, an affiliate to Makerere Business School, offers programs in accounting and finance, business administration, procurement and supplies management, social work and social administration, information technology, counseling and guidance, human resource, project planning and management, journalism, secretarial studies, and many others. We are located on Sir Apollo Kegwa Road, next to Oilcom Petrol Station, with a UBTEP Center number.
Nabubi yazimba kumutya muwanvu enkuba yatonya nabubi yakwa
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain Arena. Introducing on the right corner, Mr. Action, the reigning heavyweight champion in the ring against
the Headache, the #1 contender. And the bell rings.
Headache charges forward with a steady right and a left hook. Action dodges. He misses out with an inch. Wait a minute. Mr. Action launches back with a kick. The final blow. He is out.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Ekyama kya Busoga kikino nga ni Kagulu Rock nkola olusozi olw'Ekagulu mu igombolola ly'Ekagulu mu district ey'Ebuyende. Ida tuninalo olusozi olw'Ekagulu ni President wa Uganda Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ng'akyazibwa isefe ky'abazinga ba Busoga William Wilberforce Kadumbula Gabula Nalyopo wokuna ni Speaker wa Parliament Mama Rebecca Itwala Kadaga era ng'empiya bukaire obuteereyi bwawo obw'okuwangulibwa abonabona banga banini olusozi luno balutuuka ku ntwiko oyida kubanga osobola okubona Busoga okuva yava okutuuka yakanga olengere ebibira olengera ensozi edindi agayanda n'omwiga kiro okusinga obuwanvu munsi yonayona. Kagulu nkola olusozi lwa byafaayo ng'omusoke yasooka yava ebunolo wano niwe yatuukira oyitaabo n'empuku mwe yasulanga niwe yalimiranga enimiro de nga bino byonna bya bwereere. Abantu okuva ebule n'ebweya bali kwekonda okuyida okubaawo okunina olusozi luno weenaba omu kwabo.
Bino byonna byakubaawo olwamu kagangena ku omwezi 17 omwezi ogw'omunaana omwaka 2019.
Empaka ed'okunina olusozi Kagulu dikutuusibwako minisitule y'ebyobulambuzi n'ebyeyira mu bwakyabazinga bwa Busoga kyateebwamu empiiya.
President w'Iwanga, Uganda Tourism Board, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Sanctuary Hotels Kamuli, UBC TV, Madvan Group of Companies, Big Fair, awalala
Hill Water, purity, nothing less.
Have you heard? Ichoto Cultural and Food Festival brings all cultures together with all types of food for fun-filled moments. This is an amazing opportunity to find all Ugandan foods alongside those of international community in one place at the Uganda Museum from Friday 9th to 11th August 2019. Entries 10k with a food coupon and free for kids. An opportunity to test different foods for Baganda, Acholi, Bachiga, Chinese chapati, Ethiopian injera, Nigerian fufu, among others. Sponsored by
Forget the long line hassle. With 1xBet, the power of placing the perfect bet is at your fingertips. Bet anytime from anywhere. Best of all, payment is instant. Place your bet on whatever you choose. Virtual games, bet games, sports, and even live betting. Winning has never been this simple. Bet with 1xBet.
Advanced gaming is regulated by the Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. Betting is addictive and can be psychologically harmful, and it's only eligible to persons above 18 years of age.
Back now in business news, AfriCell customers will top up airtime and data bundles from the MTN mobile money agent across the country. Officials from AfriCell told UBC TV that the service will be free of charge, although MTN customers will not enjoy the same privilege as AfriCell. The arrangement is as a result of partnership AfriCell has entered with MTN mobile money.
To work with all the partners in the industry.
This partnership seems to have been overdue for AfriCell customers to use MTN mobile money agents and data bundles free of charge.
So the entire customer base for AfriCell in the region of 3 million are going to have this service at their disposal. That's a fact. In terms of financial inclusion, there is something that we call interoperability in the industry, where if I have AfriCell money, I should be in a position to send or receive or do a transaction across to someone bearing an MTN number.
We have our regulator that has asked that we work together in the industry, and it's high time that we started to show that we are actually working together as partners and not just as competitors. So we can confirm to you, and we pledge as MTN that we will continue to support to bring good service to our customers.
However, the service is restricted to mobile money agents. MTN customers, on the other hand, cannot load airtime from AfriCell agents.
Not just going to be cash in or cash out. We have introduced additional services, and the AfriCell service is part of our suite of services we provide that are being provided under the MTN agent assisted payment services. The journey is short, like Tim has said. You dial *165. This is an agent, like Edgar's put, I think Alex.
To see how many touch points can we have with our customer, how well can we serve them, and how can we increase our convenience? Because then instead of walking miles or walking places, how can we ensure that the service that they want is in their face? So,
according to Wim Van Heleputi, the Chief Executive Officer of Uganda MTN Group Limited, MTN mobile money will increase possibilities of becoming a marketplace of sort with the target of widening financial inclusion.
We are promoting
collaboration, they are promoting infrastructure sharing, and they are promoting interoperability. All those teams of policy that the agencies, Bank of Uganda and UCC are promoting, we have brought it together today in this initiative. So I'm very confident that
the outcome was not really easy to foresee. But I'm very proud of what the teams have achieved, and I think we should take it with this angle as well, you know, that two.
And organic farmers under National Organic Agricultural Movement of Uganda have welcomed the approval of the organic policy. The chairperson of the National Organic Agricultural Movement of Uganda, Samuel Nyanzi, says the policy will strengthen research, production, processing and marketing agricultural products. We have that story.
For the last 8 years, producers, processors, exporters, NGOs and institutions longed for the approval of a policy that would enhance appropriate post-harvest handling practices and value addition to organic agricultural products. But since Cabinet approved the policy for organic farming, inorganic will be streamlined in schools and universities. The chairperson of the National Organic Agricultural Movement of Uganda and director, Lucid Organic Farmers Institute in Mityana, Samuel Nyanzi, says it's time for organic farming.
Policy is very, very important for us. First of all, many people don't understand what organic agriculture is. But the policy stipulates very well that organic agriculture is going to be streamlined in all agriculture, in all education institutions, including the primary, secondary, higher and tertiary institution. And that is very, very important for us as the organic fraternity, because we see that now the young people are going to be learning about organic agriculture.
This was during a press conference at Lucid Organic Farmers Institute in Mityana. Meanwhile, Samuel Nyanzi has encouraged organic farmers in Mityana to start growing avocado because it has a high demand in East Africa and Africa.
But I need good packaging and labeling. Those are still my challenges. But also still, the avocado is not enough. The source of avocado, we don't have enough avocado. So I'm just fearing if I continue with this, maybe, I don't know, time might come when I don't have the raw materials. That's why I'm encouraging farmers to grow avocado.
Some instructors of organic farming say organic farming will help reduce rampant diseases like cancer.
It will be very difficult to bring about organic because organic has not been known. But now that it is approved, it means we can register the institutions with organic element in it.
Moment for us, the people in the organic fraternity, because of this policy, because we had a lot of challenges before the bill was passed. People didn't know and didn't believe in organic agriculture because the government didn't say anything about it. But since the bill has been approved, we can register our institution as a formally recognized institution in organic agriculture.
An environment activist, Robert Bachika, has advised government to create incentives for private landowners that discourage tree cutting on their land. Every household needs trees for business and fuel, but it is feared that by 2030 there will be no trees standing for such processes. Trees remain vital in human existence, and their destruction is detrimental to human existence.
For years. Why don't you create an incentive for me to keep trees standing on my land? Perhaps if such processes are incentivized and the private people can see the actual value of standing trees on their land, because as you know, trees have a lot of functions. They play ecological functions, they play provisional functions, they provide us with services, they regulate microenvironment. So what we ask in government is incentivize capital on private land. Incentivize why I should keep trees on my land.
Brought to you by Bet with 1xBet.
Sports. Uganda rally drivers are back to the drawing board after losing the Pearl of Africa top finish to Kenya's Manvir Brian. Eyes are on the Autocross Championship due on the 17th to 18th of this month after the just concluded safety-free Pearl of Africa Rally Championship held over the weekend in Kayunga district.
Drivers and co-drivers will be back in the cockpit when the two-day Autocross Championship gets underway at the Kapeka Industrial Park. The president of FMU, Dusman Oki, was jubilant after a successful organization of an accident-free event. Kenya's Manvir Brian won the Pearl of Africa Rally event, a record 3 consecutive years running.
On the just concluded Pearl of Africa Rally, we were able to implement the previous year's safety concerns, and that is why you see preliminary reports from the FIA shows that we are on the right track, because they described this as an improvement of last year's event. So it means that when we get to these new tracks, who knows, maybe Pearl of Africa Rally can come to this. We aim at really safety. We will not stop at this. We shall go to different areas, even if it means going to the borders of this country to make sure we protect life. So we shall be there.
The Autocross Championship will run for 2 days on the 17th, 18th of this month. At the launch, General Salim Saleh, who was the chief guest, commended the discipline of drivers. General Saleh contributed a financial cost towards the safety and proper organization of the event that will include the riders, street racers and 4x4 cars, respectively. Over 40 drivers will take part in the championship in a single-run track to cover a total distance of 6 kilometers.
And the Federation of the East Africa Secondary Schools Games has held draws for different sports disciplines to be competed in at the Games hosted in Arusha, Tanzania. The Games, set to start on 18th of this month, will have the best secondary schools in Uganda compete in 7 sports disciplines. Chira College will represent in rugby, St. Mary's Jatende in both football, men and basketball for the ladies, Mbogo mixed for volleyball on the boys' side, while Gombe will represent Uganda in handball.
Uganda, among the all East African countries, you'll find that Uganda is the most organized in terms of representation, and it also has the highest number of teams. So I would expect, as usual, that Uganda may take the cup. Last year, Uganda missed the cup narrowly. We hope that this time around, they have done good preparations and that they will bring the overall trophy here.
Handball, we have basketball, we have volleyball, we have lawn tennis, and table tennis.
As far as preparations are concerned, we have done it. We are just waiting on the 15th of August so that we can start things moving. We have prepared the accommodation facilities, playing grounds, and all necessary things which will be applicable for the games and sports competitions. As a host, of course, target is to clinch all the titles. If need, we can even say we are prepared very nicely in the football games, volleyball, basketball, swimming, and I think all the trophies will remain there as far as the championship is concerned. We are really prepared.
I can tell you that Burundi had been trained, and we've finished all matches concerning all disciplines, and we've been well trained. As I am in this championship since about more than 10 years. We are used to participate in these games, and as now it will be happening in Tanzania, Arusha City next week. we are sure that we will participate as a good team and are ready to win.
Brought to you by Bet with 1xBet.
Lovely having your company. That's it for News Tonight. On Sign Language, Mugalu Mohammed. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. We'll leave you with Daphne for the weather update. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in to UBC. I'm Daphne Kavasita-Nsamba from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Most parts of the country had sunny intervals this morning, but then later in the afternoon, we had some showers, especially in the northern, eastern, western and central part of Uganda. But according to the report that we received this early morning, Arua reported the highest amount of rainfall of 40.2 mm.